Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Bricker Boom, which, if you're here, you probably know that by now. I wanted to release this with us going into the new year. I kind of wanted to talk about why I started doing this. I also want to talk about goals and plans that I have going into next year. So, first and foremost is the question why I started doing this, why I started making YouTube videos, why I started streaming. I'm gonna try and be as short and sweet as possible while also telling you exactly what happened. So, a friend reached out to me from a D&D group asking if I would want to talk in a D&D podcast style stream. I was like, well, sure, but I don't think anybody is actually going to want to watch me talk about D&D. I know that it's gained popularity thanks to shows like Critical Role, One Shot Questers, things like that, but I don't think people really care. Turns out they do. That was actually a very popular stream that I did, especially with how early into Twitch streaming it was for me. So after I started talking to him, I talked to my best friend, Ronifero. He is also a fantastic streamer. Please check him out. Um, he helped, and by helped, I mean I was the kid holding the flashlight while he built this PC from scratch. We picked out the monitors together, we picked out all the specs together, and by that I mean he picked out everything and said, hey, can you afford this? And I said, yes, because thank God for credit cards. Um, so we built the computer, we got everything set up, and through a lot of trial and error in regards to my headset, what I was playing, um, disconnect issues, frame rate issues, and things like that, I finally had a successful stream. I started streaming in July. I want to say July 9th or 19th. There's a 9 in there somewhere. Was my very first stream. And it felt good. Um I I felt happy. And then I kind of started realizing, oh, I'm not happy at my job. That's the issue. So I continued to work on content creation. I started recording, and I realized more and more I'm not happy what I'm doing 40 plus hours a week. I'm still doing it because obviously, bills to be paid, child to take care of, wife to help support, but without going into too much detail, it it doesn't make me happy anymore. And it's odd because if I wouldn't have started streaming and recording things, I wouldn't have known how unhappy I was, if that makes sense. It was kind of like blissful ignorance is probably the right term for it. So that's why I started doing this, simply because somebody asked me to do one podcast and it sounded like fun, and then I realized how much fun it actually was. So that's why I started doing this, and thank goodness, because my wife has been so incredibly supportive through all of this. She is, at least, I'm hoping she's not lying. She seems very, very happy that I have found something that I am happy with. She's very empathetic towards, I understand you hate your job, or at least are not happy anymore doing it. It's a wonderful company, it's just, it's not for me anymore, I don't think. I'm going to continue to stick it out as long as I can because, again, I do have people in my life that are important to me to support, but eventually, this is the ultimate goal. I have made some amazing friends while streaming. Lazy Turtle, Lazy Giraffe, Ronifero has always been my best friend. Konit Presents, I knew from work. However, she has been fantastic as well. Just the amount of support that I have received from each and every single one of you is amazing. Um, Atlas, you have been phenomenally supportive. Anytime that I have posted something on Facebook in regards to, hey, come check out my YouTube channel, or hey, come check out my Twitch, Atlas has been there to immediately share the content, visit the page. You're all amazing people, and I could not ask for better. Um, So, going into 2022, I'm going to switch gears a little bit, talk about goals that I have for the channel and for myself. Going into 2022, right now, as of today when I'm recording this, I'm sitting at about 125 followers on TikTok, about 100 each on both Twitter and Instagram, 44 on YouTube, 12 on Hover, and 283 or 84, one of the two, on Twitch. My goals is to a lofty goal, mind you, but my ultimate goal would be to get to close to 1,000 followers on Twitch. However, I understand that that's not as realistic as I would like, so I'm gonna scale that back a little bit. Um, my goal for next year is to get up to 600 at least on Twitch. For YouTube, 1,000 is where you need to be able to start, getting commercials, ads, things like that, getting sponsors. Um, my goal for that, since it seems harder to me anyway to get the YouTube numbers, is to at least get to 250, which may be a little high, but it's fine. Goals are meant to be broken, possibly not hit. It's hard to say what'll happen. As for Hover, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, don't get me wrong, I would love that blue check mark. However, I also understand that that's not the most realistic thing as of right now. Um, I just want to continue to build those up, continue to build a community, continue to bring in people that may want to visit my channel and become part of the community. The amount of people that I have met with streaming that I immediately trust have been amazing. The names that I was mentioning before, some of them I've known from my job or from my past that have been incredibly supportive. And then lastly, I also just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out to my fantastic editor. She's not going to see this video until it actually posts, because it's the only way that she would allow me to probably speak kindly about her openly and candidly. So, get yourself a spooky is what I'm saying. She has been fantastic. I joke that I bullied her into starting editing for me, which in a way I probably did, but she has been amazing. She immediately ramped up the video quality to something that is beyond my feeble comprehension of editing and has actually made it watchable, which is phenomenal. Um, I trust her wholly with any decision that she would make in regards to things that need to be cut out or sound effects that she would want to add. She always asks me, which I don't mind, but Spooky, if you are watching this, which I'm sure you will, just know that you don't have to ask me. You can do whatever you'd like. I trust you 1,000% with anything and everything. Uh, as for other goals that I have in mind, switching topics back to that, within the next week or two, I'm going to be getting some changes to my Twitch channel. I purchased an overlay, which looks very sleek. My friend Runifero is working on all the JPEG images, because again, I don't know computers. I'm just a pretty face, I'll be honest, and even that, debatable. Behind me, there are going to be RGB string lights. This way, it's not that D20 that you see right there, doing all of the work in regards to lighting. Um, I'm also going to be getting a boom mic and a small soundboard to up the quality of the stream and also be able to potentially figure out audio issues while on stream or while recording rather than being like, hey, Spooky, I know that you're already doing something in regards to editing, but now I need you to fix the voices as well because they're messed up. So if I could take that load off of her, that would be fantastic. And also, if we're playing games or something like that, I want you all to hear me. I want you all to be able to hear my friends as well. Next thing we're going to look into is upgrading the camera. I'm sure you can kind of tell that it's not the best quality, just judging by how I look, or it could just be my face. I don't know. Um, but those are some upgrades that I want. And I just want to kind of start to wrap things up a little bit by once again thanking each and every one of you. You guys have been so incredibly supportive while this is going on, helping me reach my goals. I want to be able to repay that favor. So And if you feel like I haven't held up my end of the friendship, by all means, let me know. I don't know if I'm doing great or if I'm doing wrong by you unless you tell me. So, I if you have any goals that you want to hit, DM me or drop it in the comments. Comments are also good for the YouTube algorithm, so that helps too. Um, but mostly just thank you. Um, I did not have any dreams. Well, I did have dreams of grandeur while doing this, but I didn't think that I would be propelled this far along. I only started streaming and stuff like that in July, and the amount of friends that I've made and the amount of people that I now consider very close friends is astronomical to me. Um, I was telling Spooky when we first started doing recordings and when I first started streaming, I'm like, yeah, I just, by the end of 2021, I would like to hit 50 followers on Twitch. Now I'm sitting at 284. I did not think anybody was actually going to want to watch me. I didn't think anybody was going to want to watch YouTube, TikTok, none of that. It was one of those things where I'm like, well, I think I'm funny on occasion, but apparently other people think it too. So it's been such an eye-opening and incredible experience. To anybody that is in a job, whether it be a fast food joint or a CEO of a bank, it does not matter. Find what makes you happy. Because as I have learned just in this past year, you don't know what makes you happy or that you're unhappy until you find something that truly makes you happy. I won't bore you with any more stories or details or anything like that. I think I've done a pretty good job at successfully stating what I have planned and what I want to do in the year 2022. So tell me about yourself. Tell me if there's anything that I can do to possibly be able to help you. Um, Honestly, that's about all I have, mostly because I feel like if I continue, this is going to turn. I just wanted to keep this 10 to 15 minutes, and if I continue, this will easily turn into an hour to an hour and a half long conversation with Brickerboom. Um, but Oh, well, actually, there is one more thing. I'm sorry. Uh, um, we're going to be doing a little bit of revamping on Twitch and YouTube as well. So Twitch, I already talked about the overlay. We already talked about the technical aspects. Twitch, I'm going to be starting doing a couple different podcast style things in regards to D&D, since that's kind of what got me started. It'd be kind of nice to bring that back. And the D&D one shot, which will be uploaded on YouTube probably by the time this goes up, it'll go up next week and probably the week after, just kind of depending on how many videos we get. But it was wildly successful. So what I'm going to do is I want to set it up to talk to other DMs about world building, um, character creation, plot hooks, things like that that DMs may struggle with. And then on the flip side of that, I want to talk to new players as well. I want to talk to them to get ideas about what it was like to build your first character, or how difficult is it for you to get into role playing, things of that nature. That's going to be something that I will stream, but also put VODs up on to YouTube, because it if it helps another person get into the hobby or learn, that's incredible. It's such a wonderful hobby, and it's been fantastic for me for the past few years as just a general escape, being able to meet up with my friends every 2 weeks and just sit around a table and play D&D together. It's been phenomenal. Um, so that's going to be happening along with the Let's Plays and stuff like that. Those aren't going anywhere. Randomizers, I'm going to continue to amp up the difficulty. Unfortunately, the one that I did have on my YouTube page, the file got corrupted, so I can never finish it. But we're also going to be, me and Spooky are going to be doing some top 10 videos. Um, top 10 anime fights, top 10 anime transformations, top 10 appetizers, just random stuff to be able to talk a little bit more, videos that we can crank out. Not necessarily easy because it does take a lot of editing and clipping together and things like that, but just something that we can have fun with and also get to talk to you guys a little bit more. Because if you don't agree, you can let us know in the comments. I respond to everything because I only have like 2 comments on a good day. Um, but that's just kind of some of the stuff that's going to be coming down the pipe. Once again, to all of my friends, thank you. My wife, thank you so much. My editor, who is also my friend, who is not my wife, thank you. Just truly, this has been a humbling, exciting, and just amazing experience all around. I won't, like I said, I won't bore you all with any more details, but if you do want to learn more about me, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. I post pictures of my animals. I post memes, whatever strikes my fancy. And then of course, join our Discord group. We have an ever-growing community that we all try to get together. We're going to be starting some community nights, things like that. So we're gonna I want 2022 to be successful for everybody. I think that we've been dealing with the bad stuff long enough. I think it's time that all of us experience some genuine happiness. So, with that being said, as always, for my outro, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about giving it a big old thumbs up. Think about hitting that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off before I get any more emotional, talk for an hour, or cry on camera, or all three, who knows. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and I will see you all in 2022. Let's make it a good one. Bye, guys.